You win this battle, man, I'll soon be dead. I'll glue your face to my dick so I can fuck with your head. I got metaphors coming through my pores. You probably never been in a battle before, so I hope you realize your mistake. There ain't no party, got some candles, this will be a piece of cake. Plus you're fake, I can tell.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, folks, welcome to Are You Garbage with Bobby, Ilya, and our guest, Rich Happel. Rich, are you garbage?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, is that what we're going to explore throughout the hour? I mean, there's so many aspects of my life that are garbage. Where are we beginning? What vertical would you like to explore?
What is your earliest memory?
That podcast would not have taken off if that's how they conducted it.
Yeah, no.
They're like, what's your earliest memory?
My earliest memory.
I was like, did you eat Cheetos? Like, what was your sandwich when your mom make you for elementary? Like, you'd be more specific.
That's trash. Yeah, I've heard this is trash. This was a very popular sandwich my mom would pack me.
Which one?
First, we'll start with the bread potato roll.
Okay.
A Martin's potato roll. That was big in the trash community, potato rolls.
Did you have regular bread at home?
We had potato bread at home, but not like regular white bread or wheat or rye. No, we just had potato bread.
Okay.
On that roll, salami. On that salami, American cheese. On that American cheese, spicy brown mustard.
Okay. But brown mustard's an interesting one for a kid. Our kids are usually pretty picky about that kind of thing.
Not when you're a fat Russian, German, Irish kid.
Yeah.
You love mustard.
Yeah, you do love
You cover more things than mustard.
That's true. You got it covered mustard.
I put ice cream with mustard.
Yeah.
You know, you had me until mustard. The potato roll.
I get it now. I still get that same. I'll go to a deli.
You'll go to a deli and say, can I get a roll on? Can I get a salami and American cheese on a roll, spicy mustard?
Yeah. And they stare at me. And I'm like, do you get English?
I saw a woman the other day at the deli. She was like, can I get tuna on whole wheat? And the guy was like, lettuce, tomato, onion. She says, no.
I'm with her.
Tuna. Are you?
Oh, 1,000%.
Tomatoes
suck, dude.
No, here's the thing. I hate tomato. That's the thing I hate about this deli guy. Every time, like, I go in all the time, I'll be like, can I get blah, 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 lettuce, onion, and like cheese or something. And they'll be like, lettuce, tomato. It's like, I never said tomato. Like, I know you're pre-programmed to offer that tomato. I don't want it. Stop asking me every time.
It's a default.
It is default. Tomato shouldn't be default. I don't think.
When I was like in middle school, high school, I would go to like delis and they would say with the works and I didn't know what it was until like senior year.
You would get it, but you weren't sure what it was?
I was like, yeah, with the works. Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Went to Quiznos a lot in middle school. That was big.
Yeah.
That's the commercial with
Quiznos
the weird
was
aliens.
big.
The upsetting aliens. Right? But didn't Quiznos have that weird commercial with like the fucking dancing
I don't know.
mutant things?
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I might be having very early onset dementia then.
I just noticed again that you're barefoot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have holes in my socks.
And the blister on your foot?
Oh, yeah. I got calluses.
Oh, Jesus
galore, dude.
Christ.
Yeah. I got it.
What are you, rock climbing barefoot? What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is going on with your feet,
Dude,
Bobby?
Are your feet day laborers? Why does it look like?
Por favor, necesito agua. Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Trump wants to deport your feet.
Yeah.
Just the feet.
Just the feet.
Mm-hmm. Just the Feet podcast. Oh my God, if we change the name to that, I think.
And then we always just feet.
Yeah. No, that's stupid.
You tried to get us on Pornhub, right? And you said
can I? And we'll get back to Are You Garbage in a second. But Rich, I want you to know about the saga of Ilya and I trying to be porn stars, right? So we had a particularly saucy episode of the of the Before Hours podcast, aka the Morning Cereal Hour, right? Ilya had all of these dicks that he got onto the screen and I had to look at them. And I had to decide which one was pornography and which one was modern art.
Which one was his?
And which one was his, dude.
It's every other one. Yeah. That's the trick.
It's all three.
So, I just use great lighting and a little bit of makeup. Not gonna be
a little tiny bit of makeup. And maybe a prosthetic of a giant penis over mine.
Yeah.
You know.
No, but it's a good game called Gay Porn or Art.
Gay Porn or Art, right? Which is also the name of my first special, right? Patent pending. And I decided, right, that this is very funny, but I had to do a lot of censoring to put it up on YouTube, right? So I was like, why don't I put the unedited version on Pornhub? So I tried to make a Pornhub account. Now, for a lot of reasons, Pornhub, they're like, we really got to verify you. Because it used to be the Wild West back in the day. And they would have like revenge porn. Not great. right?
Yeah, underage also. That's
Not
the thing
great.
I would lead
Yeah.
with. But
Let's
revenge too.
Let's pretend we weren't into all those things. But anyway,
Right.
go ahead.
But I was like, I'll go through the whole process because fuck it. What if we take off on Pornhub? You know what I mean? So I gave Pornhub a picture of my passport.
Yes.
Right. I did a 2-step verification. I did the thing with my face. Right. Pornhub has all this information now.
Yeah.
I got verified in 48 hours. Right. Uploaded the video. Took another 48 hours. I got an email that said that our video was taken down because it was, quote, inappropriate.
It is.
I think that's very funny. We're too X-rated for a literal porn site. I think that's pretty crazy.
That's not what they're doing. They're not doing comedy on there. It's inappropriate.
There are
Do you think we get OnlyFans too? They're sponsoring people bullshit comedy stuff all the time.
no,
yeah.
the thing about OnlyFans is it wasn't even supposed to be porn at first. It was supposed to be
Any
like
kind of,
Like
yeah.
Patreon.
yeah. So we could be on OnlyFans. You know,
people are doing comedy on OnlyFans.
No, they're people doing joke. There are people talking on OnlyFans.
Well, yeah.
Are they doing comedy?
One time, I will say, I was on, speaking of Pornhub, I was watching some adult cinema, right? And there was a girl, and she was naked, and she was talking to the camera. Good start, right? And she's talking about the importance of freedom of speech. And I was like, oh, this is how this woman wants to get her ideas out there. Her titties and her pussy. And she's just looking at the camera like, it's just really important that we have an open dialogue. And that anyone can feel like they could say anything without fear of government reprisal. And I'm like, that's one way to do it. You know, I don't want to be rude. I think more people kind of care about her body than what she's saying.
I kind of want. It'd be fun to do a video where I'm just like jerking off and trying to explain the Federal Reserve. I try to get my libertarian ideas out there.
And you, what is the moment that you come? Right.
As soon as I assume if there's like the live feature where people are giving money, if someone gives like,
irrespective of how you feel
It's not
about the
based on-
Federal Reserve.
no,
Okay, I see.
people are like we want you to finish. It's like not yet.
So while we're in this area, Rich, and you listen, this isn't. I know it's our second hour of recording, but this isn't a Patreon. This is for everyone to see.
I hear you.
So you feel free to plead the fifth at any time.
Okay.
Right, but this is are you garbage, right? So did you have? And I'll tell you mine in a second. I'm not going to leave you out here to dry. But did you have a masturbation like technique / ritual when you first started pounding your pud as a little boy?
Negative.
Really?
Ritual.
Yeah. Have I talked about this?
I think so. But I'm not
So what
sure.
I would do is I would take my shirt and I would put it over my head. Like,
Okay, nope, I don't remember this.
I'm just going to do it like, I don't know if this is going to get us
How many
demonetized,
clothes you're taking off? Jesus Christ!
but I would do this, right?
Okay.
That way, mom's coming in. Use the mic.
Yeah,
Mom's coming in, boom. All right.
I hope the audience heard the producer yelling for you to use the mic.
Okay.
That's
so-
the most basic aspect of what we're doing.
I
No,
just
no,
don't
that's fine.
understand why you would. What were you doing?
okay.
No, you showed us.
But, I don't know how else to explain it. Easy access to, I'm not jacking off.
Yeah, but you could have just kept your shirt on regular.
But what
I didn't want the cum to get on the bottom of the shirt.
So what were you
Richard.
catching it with?
Oh no. Okay, so I'd do the thing with the shirt, and then I do remember that I told you this now because I remember this exactly.
You did go on your knees.
I would get on my knees and I would take 3 squares of paper towels to make a triangle, and I would do my best to come on the floor onto the paper towel triangle.
So if your mom walked in on your dad, you'd pull your shirt over and say, "I'm just getting dressed." How that doesn't make any sense as a plan.
Oh, but everything's normal. Bobby's shirt's on.
If anything, your shirt should be on, and then you can focus on that. other
Right.
stuff. Mommy, it doesn't look like ritualistic. You jerking out of paper towels. I'm just mid-shirt.
Bobby, where are your pants? Doesn't even matter. Your shirt's
If anything,
normal.
You should have had a pants scheme going. Like you have your pants lowered down or something. Like that's crazy.
Where were you guys when I was 12? Probably also 12, I suppose.
I'm older.
Yeah.
I'm younger.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been a problem if you were coaching me through how to do that, because you would have been like 15.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Ilya, did you have a masturbation ritual
Ritual is a weird word.
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
weird word to use.
or routine? Routine.
I used to hum pillows a lot. That's the only way I did. I didn't use my
yeah.
hand until like
We talked about that on your podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's like fake.
What?
By people humping inanimate
Fucking
objects.
things.
Oh, yeah, no.
Huh.
No, I didn't.
So you
Well,
and
to
like
be
a,
fair, and I've made this point before, no one teaches children how to masturbate,
Yeah.
and they should. And it's not a part of the curriculum, and it's a pretty vital piece of how you live your life, I think. And because people are uncomfortable, parents need to tell your kids, like, hey, this is how you generally do that. And
I had a friend who, when he was getting boners, and he was just a very like matter of fact, even as a kid. So one day he was like, "Mom, why do I get these?" And he was talking about boners, and Catholic just didn't know how to handle it, and went, "It means you have to go to the bathroom." And for like months, he'd get a boner and then go to the bathroom and try to pee.
yeah.
Isn't that weird?
So I take it you were just like a run of the mill.
yeah, just hand into a sock or what, traditional.
I had this
An
other-
American, the American way.
That is into the sock. Europeans, I don't know what they use, like a sandal or something.
Yeah, like a croissant. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
I'd hate to go to Paris and play a game of sake croissant. It's not even gay there. It's just how they say hello. They come onto a croissant and eat it. I also, because I went through a couple of different phases because I didn't want to get caught, right? And the first thing I would do is in the shower, but it would take too long.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you have like a time constraint, and that's stressful.
I find standing up and then that's already
Yeah.
a lot of strain and like focus on your body. I don't know.
I've never been a shower jacking off guy.
Yeah.
It's very efficient. It's by far the most efficient way. I would imagine that's how spies do it.
I imagine they
maybe.
do it like like they could do it like on a plane next to you without you noticing, like barely moving or.
Right.
I think they have to have that kind of skill.
They
That's how
probably don't
test.
even derive pleasure from it. It's probably like
No.
It's just very efficient.
You would see their eyes get wide for a second and be like, okay, they came in their catheter. Ugh. Yikes. I've never had a catheter in. I feel like it might be the most uncomfortable feeling in the world.
I imagine.
I would imagine.
It sounds unpleasant.
My dad had a vasectomy, and the way he described it makes me very upset. And I'm glad that he did
Because
it.
he used pictures.
Yeah, because it was a slideshow. And I
Did he
thought
show
that-
you the scars?
Yeah.
Bobby, get in here.
It was wordless. It didn't say anything. No narration. Just
Scar didn't look bad, but it tasted like shit. I gotta be honest. But yeah, no, because like, have you ever had a root canal?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Because root canal is just, well, you've had like cavities filled, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Same idea, right? Like they numb you, right?
Yeah.
And then you could feel what they're doing, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
He was like that. They put fucking Novocaine in your penis or whatever chemical, right? And he's like, you could feel like the tugging and the tying. It doesn't
Okay.
hurt, but like,
Oh, that wouldn't bother me. If I'm not feeling it, I think I'd be, it's fascinating.
I'm one of those.
Also, I feel like my scrotum is like pretty, like not a lot of sensitivity in my scrotum. The
Not much.
Testicles are different, but my scrotum,
Huh.
I'm pretty sure I could like nail it to a piece of board and be like, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. The
Okay.
balls are sensitive. My scrotum is just like whatever.
Mhm.
So
Interesting.
if that's all you need to go through, have at it.
Mhm.
Anyone wants to practice vasectomies on me?
So you brought up an interesting point. You're talking about, nailing.
Yeah,
And it gave me the idea of Jesus on the cross.
yeah.
So our next question on Are You Garbage is, Rich,
Did you believe in the Lord?
do you believe in the Lord?
No.
I don't either. That's cool.
That's good.
I don't think Ilya does either.
No, God, no.
Were you? I assume you were raised Catholic,
I was raised Russian Orthodox.
Russian. You were raised Jewish Russian. Isn't that cool?
I wasn't
know,
raised Jew. I just am Jew.
You were-
I wasn't raised.
He's both of those things.
I am those things.
Yeah.
It's like you were raised Italian. It's like I get it. I am-
Moron. But really, do you feel a connection because you guys are both Russian?
No.
Not really.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like Russian.
Yeah, and Russian Jew. So what's Russian Christian like? Be honest.
I don't know.
You weren't raised in
A
that
lot of
church.
big
Like
long
what
white
you-
beards.
The priest, yeah. Priests can get married. That's
Okay.
chill. So they're not weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
They don't have like a whole Catholic scandal kind of thing with them right there.
No, not a lot of like drama with the Russian Orthodox Church.
Okay.
Like drama. I like drama.
Very little
There's a lot of
drama.
drama with the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
When you're choosing religion, it's like, there's a little too much drama for them. I'm looking for something a little more casual.
Yeah.
Nice
That's
Christian
how it
domination.
started.
Yeah,
They thought the Roman Catholics were like, that's a lot.
yeah.
We're going to do our own thing over here.
I used to go to Catholic church, right? And for whatever reason, one time I couldn't go on a Sunday or a Saturday. And that's the thing with Catholics. You go Sunday morning or afternoon. And if you absolutely can't do that, you go Saturday night.
Yeah.
Right. And I couldn't go to either. And my mom really wanted me to go. So I went, like, they have mass every day, but it's like 6 old ladies.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it was like me, a teenage boy, and like 6 old ladies. And it was odd. Like, what are these old ladies getting at? And now as an adult, I'm like, was it just the only way they could get a sense of community and
That's
belonging?
exactly
Probably.
what it is.
Yeah.
My family immigrated here for religion. So
Uh-huh.
that was like a big thing. Yeah, as I was getting older, I was like, oh, this is all just so you can hang out in the basement and drink coffee.
Yeah.
We don't have to do any of this.
Yeah.
We just go to the basement.
Mhm.
You can just have a friends.
Yeah,
Like,
you
that's
just
all it is.
have
Like,
friends.
We don't need you can give up all your religion and all the bullshit that comes with it and just like join a softball team or something.
Uh-huh.
Like if that's all you want out of it is a sense of community, find it elsewhere.
Yeah,
It's
say
pretty-
what you want about softball teams. They never fly planes into buildings. That I know of. So when did you lose your faith, Rich?
How did I ever have it, Bob?
Oh, wow.
How about
That's
that?
crazy. What's the next Are You Garbage question should we ask? Because I feel like I'm asking all the questions, and it's really not fair to you, Ilya.
Oh, thank you for putting me on the spot now.
Yeah.
What
Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum.
kind of sneakers did you wear in high school?
Ooh.
The only pair of sneakers I remember, and this is I would get 1 pair of shoes a year at Kohl's.
Okay.
So I got like for that year, Dwayne Wade came out with Converses, and I'm not a big basketball fan and didn't play basketball, but I wore those, and I was like,
What color?
"This is it." They were white with a black tongue and red laces.
Ooh,
That is cool.
It's cool, dude.
Dude, the thing about those...
I don't know if that's garbage.
I would say that's garbage.
Is
It's
it?
very garbage. A 300-pound, 5'7", poor trash kid getting shoes from Kohl's.
Mhm. I always struggled to because I was a fat kid too. I always struggled getting pants, and I was
Pants were never a problem.
pants. I couldn't find a pair of pants that fit me. Even now, when I go to the Old Navy, right, which is like a step above Kohl's, if I may say so myself, I can usually find because I'm 30-30, right? That's not
30.
weird.
That's an easy number.
Yeah, I'm like low 140s, 5'6".
Your waist is the same as the length.
Yeah. Why is that? And then I go, and there's usually, literally, if I'm lucky, 1 pair of pants that has that. Isn't that odd?
It is a bit odd.
Sometimes I get, like, in the same section, it'll be like, how about 40 waist, 30 length? I'm like, that's so heavy. And no disrespect to heavy people.
No disrespect.
But I'm like, how come there's so many of those and so few of the 30-30s? You
I think
know?
they just because it's all height privilege.
Mhm.
Like they're expecting more people are just going to be taller and need a longer leg size than waist. So,
But it's just
You just-
odd because 5'6"
just left out.
is 1 standard deviation below the mean. You know what I mean? Like, it's similar with IQ, right? It's most people are 68. Wait, no, what is
Here
it?
he goes about race again. Every time brings up race.
The
and
bell
IQ.
curve is
Oh
a
my
good
goodness.
book with just one weird chapter. So, 68% of people have an IQ within 1 standard deviation of the mean, right? So same thing with height. I'm at the very end, which means I think it means that what's 100 minus 68?
That's 32.
Yeah. So me and the 32% of people that are 32% of men that are shorter than me, do we just not get pants?
You go to the boys section.
Well, that's the thing. As an adolescent one time,
Yeah.
because I was like, I can't find my 30-30 pants. And the very nice lady sheepishly went, there's another section over there. And she's talking about the boys. All the pants too small. I'm like, guys, I see other people like me walking around. Where are the pants? I see a guy that looks like me. I want to stop him on the street and go, where are the pants? Where are you finding them?
The internet.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys do all your shopping on the internet now? Be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah. It's 2025. You're aware of that.
I bought a clock timer so that I could brush my teeth in exactly 3 minutes without having my phone in the bathroom. Because the problem is, if I have my phone in the bathroom, I start looking at my texts, start looking at my emails. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to organize my life where I look at my phone as little as possible. I'm the grayscale daddy. You know, I don't know if you guys do grayscale.
I'm familiar with it. I don't do it, but I'm familiar.
Are you a do not disturb type of person?
No, disturb me all you want.
Really?
Yeah.
You're always available?
Always available.
That doesn't
For
stress you
you,
out?
always, Bobby.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah.
A guy you're kind of friends with? Wow. Damn.
That's right.
Wow. How about you, Ilya? You seem like you strike me as a guy that he needs his time, like me time.
No, I should be more like that.
Mm.
But I do everything to avoid having to think. Like I'm just constantly trying to occupy my mind. So I'm always like listening to something. Like I've the YouTube Premium, like the apps. There's always something on.
I just got on YouTube Premium.
Oh,
That's
great.
luxury.
It's a game changer, right?
It changes
Down
everything.
for flights. Nothing
For
better.
flights, you could keep being on your phone. You just move it.
Yeah.
On the
exactly.
side, it keeps
the picture,
going?
Picture is fantastic. Yeah.
What did you listen to today?
I don't know if I have this audiobook that I'm listening to called The Botanist.
Ooh.
It's like a series. It's like British crime thriller thing. It's okay. They're a little trashy, but that's what I was listening to.
I don't know if I've ever listened to a fictional book on tape. I don't
Except the
know
Bible. Am I right?
if hey, come on, man.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Fuck you, God. That's my brave stance.
I never, even though I'm an atheist, and it sounds like you guys are too, I never really had that like metal fucking Satan like thing. Like when I was real, like I never got into Slayer, and I was like, and the
Yeah,
cross
no.
is upside down, and I'm like,
Oh, that's a different thing.
yeah,
And I think you can be like, I think Slayer aren't necessarily anti-Christian.
Sure.
So like all that imagery, you can still be like Catholic or whatever.
Mhm.
Like there's like the Satanists who are like in the literal sense where like they're atheists and they're doing it's an objection to religion or whatever. But like just like devil imagery, I think there are plenty of Christians who like that stuff.
yeah. How do you feel about the Slayer song "Angel of Death"?
I just know the name. I don't know how it goes. I'm sure.
So Joseph Mengele, the Angel of Death, he was the guy in the Holocaust
I know
that
who
was
Joseph
like
Mengele is.
sewing babies together and like
Yeah.
ripping them apart to see what would happen, which just doesn't sound like he was a real scientist.
yeah,
Right? In addition to just being like depraved and evil, it's
Yeah.
like what was that teaching you?
yeah,
He's like, it teaches you when two twins are sewed together and you pull them apart, they cry.
yeah.
It's like, okay, I don't know what you do with that. So Slayer wrote a song called Angel of Death, and it was a song from that guy's perspective. And people are like, Slayer are Nazis. And they were like, no, you know how we sing about serial killers?
Yeah.
It's just an extension of that. It's not glorifying it, but it's like, it's a fucking great song. The introduction, I'm going to listen to it on the way home. Are we going to take the train together?
I drove in.
Damn. Rich, do you want to take the train together?
The L?
The L train.
Yeah.
And I got my pepper spray, dude, so you don't have to worry.
So I'm all good.
Yeah.
Are we going in the same direction?
Yeah, we're both going.
No, you could.
No, I'm going towards Brooklyn. Oh, fuck me in the ass amount, dude. Well, we could walk to the train together.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, okay, I just reminded myself because I got my pepper spray. Do you have a self-defense strategy? Because I asked you on your podcast a couple days ago if you have a gun. You said no.
Yeah.
And I was very surprised.
Okay.
Your dad's a cop. I thought maybe he would give you one.
That's not how it works. Well, sometimes it is, and we see what happens.
Yeah, yikes, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? That whole thing is, yeah. Is that proven? Because like the Charlie Kirk shooting, that's like
Shooting.
the shooting.
the Charlie Kirk
shooting.
Y'all hear about the shooting?
Hey, I'm a working class hero, so like, I still don't know what's real and what's not, right? Even weeks after the whole thing, but
He's
like,
dead.
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
Was the shooter's dad a cop?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that had been proven. So, and yeah, it was his dad's or his grandfather's gun or something
It's like a
that.
hunting rifle or something.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like because I'm a
It's kind of nice to see young people embrace like their ancestors and tradition, though.
You're right.
Like in this day and age, no one has that kind of respect for things.
it's just sort of odd to me that that's even a rite of passage. Because I mean, I'm from the East Coast, as are you guys. Like, my dad wouldn't be like, "Here's your hunting rifle,
Yeah, no.
son," as a rite of passage. My dad hates guns ever since he was like robbed at gunpoint.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a pretty good reason why.
What else does he hate?
The man that robbed him looked like you and me, Ilya.
Did he?
I assumed otherwise as well. Don't feel bad, but yeah, he was robbed. He was robbed by a white guy.
Oh, that's rough. Be betrayed by my own.
It's actually funny when because the cops have I told this story on the podcast before? My dad used to work for supermarket company, and this was like in the 80s. It was before I was alive, so yeah, it must have been the 80s. And they would make you take money from the store to the bank.
Okay.
I'm not making this up, in a bag.
Yeah.
And it would just be in the night manager's car. It wouldn't be an armed truck situation. The process is different now. But there was a drop off in the bank. There was no, you would have a key to the drop off. You would get the sack of money and drive it to the drop off. Right?
Makes sense to me.
So someone found out about this. Surprise, surprise. So a guy was driving my dad. My dad got out. I guess like there was like a block to walk between the car and the drop off. And in the interim, this guy came up to him with a gun and said, put the money down and lie on your stomach. And my dad put the money down and ran, which is what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And later, because he called the police, my dad's at the police station. Soon thereafter, they're like, we caught the guy. The guy and his accomplice drove the car to the next town over, parked in front of a stranger's house, and counted the money. And the stranger called the cops, and they're like, there are two guys in a car counting money. Like, criminals are so, like, we watch The Sopranos and The Wire and think that criminals are like conniving and intelligent. They're not. They're fucking stupid.
Yeah. That's why they do crimes.
Yeah.
They don't think things through very well.
And my dad at the police station, the cops ask him, they're like, well, why were you taking the money late at night? And he was trying to explain, this is routine. I take all the money the store makes during the day and I bring it to the bank at night. And they were like, that doesn't make sense. He's like, I don't know how to tell you that's how. And he realizes they're talking to him like they think he framed it, like he's part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was really scary
because in their heads, like, no one would be dumb enough to actually do this.
Yeah.
So it has to be a scheme. Yeah.
And then later they caught the two guys and they're like, the guy that robbed him, describe him for us. And my dad goes, he was like an average height white guy in his 20s or 30s. And they're like, and he was wearing jeans and a red t-shirt. And my dad's like, no, I didn't. I had a gun pointed at me. I didn't have time to think and they're like, he had jeans and a red shirt. And finally my dad's like, sure. And they're like, thank you so much. So I'm like, fuck, I hope that was the guy, dude.
You know how many innocent people have been exonerated by the Innocence Project, and that's the story? It's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did your dad do?
Well, he's retired now, but he used to be a supermarket manager.
That makes sense.
Which supermarket?
A&P. They went out of business, and then he worked for another like supermarket subsidiary for a little while, and then he retired. My dad was one of those guys that like used to say, I'll never fully retire. I'll always work part-time because I'll get bored. And then my dad, as soon as he turned 67 and a half, which is when you collect your full Social Security and his full pension, he was like, oh yeah, goodbye. C'est la vie. You know what I mean? And he wakes up every day and he goes fishing and he comes home and he reads his book and he eats dinner and that's his life.
Good for him.
Yeah. I'm so happy for him, dude, because I thought he was going to be like one of these, because he worked really hard for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of guys, when they retire, they lose that sense of purpose, especially if their work's their identity. And that's not him at all.
Yeah.
In the last few years, he's been like, you don't have to work that hard, which is like kind of a trip for me because he drilled into me. He's like, you have to work hard, you know? And then a couple of years ago, he was like, hey, don't burn yourself out. Don't work overtime. It's interesting. And I think part of it is just because he was like, okay, I made it. Like, it's going to be fine. But I don't know. I don't know. Did you guys have dads that were like that?
My parents are incredibly hardworking, and I've like inherited none of their like positive traits whatsoever.
Okay.
Like, if I was them, like if I was in Russia, I would never have left. Like I wouldn't have had the nerve to do what they did.
Like, how far is that?
It's like, oh, I have to leave. My
I don't have
stuff.
YouTube Premium yet. I can't download
I have to
these
leave my stuff
videos.
there. I have to learn a language. It's no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have the grit and determination that they had.
Mm-hmm.
So, which to an extent, I think reflects poorly on them that they didn't instill it in me. So it's not my fault.
They didn't work hard enough.
Yeah, they should have worked harder.
Yeah.
They worked hard for themselves. They didn't instill in me that I should also work hard.
Mm-hmm. There is that thing where like if you're a good role model for your kids, your kids will emulate you. But if like I don't know, maybe if working hard seems stressful, the kid is like, I don't want to fucking do that. You know what I mean?
Well, especially if like in older generations, like if your dad's a coal miner, it's like I guess that's the only kind of job.
Yeah.
Or you pursue something where you don't have to go into a mine every day
Yeah.
to find something that you don't have. I don't know.
What about you, Rich? Was your dad like work hard or was he more chill?
Instilled a good work ethic, I'd say.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think like high school football put more of a work ethic in me
Yeah.
than anything else.
I would watch like football practice and be like, seeing the coach yelling at the kids, and I was like, I feel like life is annoying enough with like homework and stuff. I don't want a man yelling at me. You know
Like,
what I mean?
I was like, I get it. I get what we're doing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like we
I'd
could.
be like, that doesn't motivate me. That's not how I learn. That's only my thing.
Yeah. Well, damn. I don't know. I'm almost jealous that you were a sports guy in high school. I feel like that would have done wonders for me socially because I was just kind of a weird kid that felt above everything. I was kind of a douchebag, I think. I was like smoking
Who'd you
weed.
hang out with? Who was your crew?
I had a couple friends in high school, but most of my friends lived in the town over, and we were in the punk rock scene together.
Were you a musician?
Yes, I used to play. I mean, I still can play guitar, but I played guitar and sang in bands.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, just like easy, like punk stuff, nothing like profound, but it was
That's so
fun.
cool.
Yeah, it was my first, like being creative. For some reason, I didn't want to like play in the school band or be part of the drama club. Like I kind of hated the drama kids too. I was like, they're just like jocks in a different, annoying way. That's how my teenage brain thought anyway. So, but yeah, I would have had more structure if I did like an activity in school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I probably would have had sex earlier is what I'm trying to say.
Do you think that was held you back? Yeah, chicks famously don't like guys in bands. So yeah. I can see how it really held you back, pussy-wise.
Well, I will say that the gender ratio of the punk scene where I grew up in was about 70-30.
Yeah.
Yeah. 70% women. And I still couldn't find one.
Yeah, it was entirely my favorite. I still couldn't land.
I think if I had to go back in time, if I talked to a young Bobby about choosing college, I would go to Hunter College in New York City where the gender ratio is like 60-40. Because then it's like, it's on you if you can't get laid.
Yeah, but
as
that's a
guy.
lower ratio than the punk scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Is that the soul?
No, Hunter College is the other way. It's more women than men, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah,
Is that the sole piece of advice you'd give yourself?
that's the only piece of advice. I wouldn't be warn the Israelis on October 6th. I wouldn't do that.
Tell them to look to the sky.
Invest in
Let's do some-
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is a big one.
I guess if you say Bitcoin and Bitcoin, be like, here, go to this college, get all the pussy you want, and like 20 years later, just Bitcoin. That's
My
mine.
problem is though, like I have such a shit understanding of what even Bitcoin is now. Like I'd go back in time and be like, do Bitcoin. And I'd be like, I don't know what that means.
One day you read about the paper, it's too late.
Yeah.
I should have known what this was before.
I think if my future self came back and like told me stuff, I'd be like, this is just a red-haired man that looks like me and is terribly schizophrenic.
You wouldn't take him at his word? Well, you'd have to reveal like a secret that only you would know.
It's like, you jerk off in a triangle.
It's like, who told you?
run up to him with your shirt over your head.
Yeah, he wordlessly pulls his shirt up over your head. It's like, and winks at you. It's like, okay. This guy knows what he's talking about. Oh, yeah, you probably should also tell yourself, by the way, you don't need to jerk off like that. Here's a couple of things. Jerk off differently, go to this college, invest in
Buy
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it.
Either of you guys got caught masturbating?
One
No.
time, I think possibly.
Okay, you think.
So we were in, I think, Germany or Austria. Like, we're like a ski vacation, and I think I was sleeping like I don't know, like a rented room, like not like a hotel room or something, but like a rented space, like an Airbnb. But like this was before that, and I think everyone was in a different section, like different room, and so I was just like I don't know. I was just a kid. I was just humping the pillow, and then my mom like, but everything was dark, and but then I immediately stopped or whatever, and she was like walking through to go through to like another area or something, but it was like the middle of the night and dark. But I'm pretty sure she saw me.
Yeah. Damn.
The pillow. Was there enough? Is there enough like pressure? Like how does that work?
You can put enough of them under. You just press your body against it.
Against the pillow?
Against the pillow, yeah.
So are you using one hand over and the pillow under, or the pillow over and the hand under?
Right.
Or are you wrapping the pillow around?
No.
Where's the
it's like
friction?
pressing my penis against it and then just humping against it.
So there's only one. Okay, because
Yes, I'm not. My penis is not surrounded by pillow.
Yeah, like that's what I would
It's
envision.
I'm fucking it the same way. If you're like if you're doing missionary or something, but instead of penis going in something, you're just gliding along the
but
pillow.
when you're having sex with a woman, regardless of the position, your dick is surrounded by something.
yes, no, there's not surrounding.
Okay.
It's the pressure. The pressure is what you're jerking on. Is what makes you come. It's the
That
pressure,
sounds fucking
not like
weird,
the
dude.
movement of pressure. I think it's pretty cool. Like I really.
You never got caught?
No, never got caught.
I had a situation which was like kind of strange because I was like we rented a shore house one year and I couldn't get alone time, which was stressful for me in general.
Yeah.
You know?
I think as a parent, I'm gonna have to keep in mind, like, be mindful of, like, oh yeah, he's a young boy. We gotta make certain allowances. I hope I remember to do that.
Yeah, just like I mean, it's as simple as for whatever reason I like shared a room with one of my cousins or something, and the bathroom was never had enough time. So it's like I can't fucking and I was like 13. I was gonna explode.
You're gonna explode, yeah.
Yeah. So my mom was like, go upstairs and change. But someone else like is gonna come. Like there was a room where we were all changing in and out of our bathing suits. So I like went up there and I just like as I'm walking up the stairs, I'm like titties, fucking balls slapping against asses and like jizz. You know, I'm just trying. You know,
Are you just? You mean you're thinking?
I'm like
You're saying
I,
this?
thought you were saying titties and jizz on face. That's what I thought.
she's like, honey, what are you saying?
It's like, oh no, just do the rosary. Sorry,
Say
Mom.
my Hail Marys.
I was saying Jesus.
So I'm like running up the stairs, like trying to like, I'm like, I gotta, this is my chance. I don't know if I'm gonna have another chance to fucking jizz.
Yeah.
And I'm like beating it,
Yeah.
right? Like it's fucking, it owes me money. You know what I mean? Just thought of that expression. And I'm hammering it, and I have a towel in my hand.
Yeah.
For like, I'm gonna jizz in
No
this
paper
towel.
towels, right?
And my mom knocks on the door, and I'm like, give me a minute. And I'm like, fuck, she's coming in. I don't care. But then
There's no lock.
I thought she was gonna respect the give me a minute.
Yeah.
She knocks. What's the point of knocking?
Yeah.
I said, give me a minute. She opens the door, and I take the towel, and so she just sees me. I'm like, and I remember my face was like this, and she knew. She 100%.
Did she just like
knew.
immediately back out, or what did
Yeah.
she say? Okay.
Crazy.
Or did you didn't try to play it off like, what do you think? This look tight on me. I don't know how to work this thing. Yeah.
I remember actually as a little boy talking about my trauma. I learned about shrinkage for the first time. I guess it had been happening to me. Obviously, it always happens to you, but the first time I was cognizant of it, I was like maybe 9 or 10. I was young enough where I was saying "mommy" still. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So I was 9, 10, maybe as old as 17, right? But I remember I came out of the pool and it was really cold, and then I went into those like communal shower things, like to take the sand off or whatever, and I went, "Mommy, my testicles are shrinking." And she runs in and then she looks at them and she goes, "No, honey, that happens when the water is cold." I hadn't seen the Seinfeld episode
Yeah.
yet.
Where
right?
that's it.
Yeah. So isn't that there's just stuff you don't know as a child, and sometimes there's not a non-traumatic way to find out.
But I think we should be able to anticipate that because everyone goes through that
Yeah.
awkwardness, and we've never figured out a way to be like, I think it should be part of like the curriculum.
Yeah.
Like boys, this is how you masturbate. Women, this is how you do it. You don't want girls shoving dangerous objects in the side because no one told them what to do or how to do it.
I don't think they are. I think they're smart enough to know not to do that.
No, I'm sure
we're not smart enough. To know
I'm sure
not to
some
do
of
that.
them fucked up with like a pepper mill or something. I think they did. They went haywire with it. Not, every girl did figure it out right away. They might have, and they might not even figured out the clit. They might not have known about the clit either. That it feels good to rub it. Like who knows what these young. The longer I keep talking about this, the more uncomfortable I think we're all getting.
There's only one way to figure it out. Ilya, call your wife right now. Let's figure out how she found out.
She has a fucked up life. I don't know. She found it too early. I think she had a period when she was really young. She probably doesn't want me saying that.
That is,
We're not doxing her.
you know, for all our talk about like boners and stuff, to get your period, and some women, God bless them, they don't like. And if you're like in a repressed enough family, I'm sure no one tells you. Exactly. And then when you're like, hey, like I'm bleeding down there, they're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, crazy.
It's crazy to not anticipate these things. It's like early, like it's such a simple conversation to have, but I guess a lot of people for like religious, like guilt or reasons don't do it.
That's the main one. I simply like, can you imagine having any emotional reaction to your child masturbating other than, yep, that's what people do.
Yeah.
Crazy to me that like religion scrambles some people's brains where they're like, I have to keep my child from doing that.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
No. I don't know. You never got caught jerking off. I'm so jealous.
No.
And I know you're being honest. I know there's not something you would keep from me.
The stairs were too creaky in my house, and my room was upstairs.
Yeah.
So whenever someone was
they'd
coming up, I knew.
Also, she'd have to get past the hot pockets. So they were like security.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's fun.
Yeah, she always announced when she was coming down.
I remember I lived in my parents' basement starting when I was 9 years old. And the reason being,
they just didn't care for you.
Well, it was the playroom. And I had a room right next to my parents' room upstairs, right? It's a 1-story house and then a basement. That's what I mean by upstairs.
A ranch.
And I was like, can I just have my room? I was like 5. And I was like, can I have my room in the basement? And my mom, just to kick the can, she went, when you're 9. That's 4 years away. I'm not going to fucking remember. Apparently, I woke my mom up at dawn on my 9th birthday and went, are we going to start moving the stuff?
We're moving.
She had no recollection of this conversation.
You hired movers?
Yeah. There were 2 Ukrainian
Just
guys
a bunch of
outside.
Serbians in your house.
I had to call them a week ago.
They're smoking.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then you moved into your parents' basement.
Yeah. Which is cool when you're 9. When you're 24, it's less cool.
Yeah, right.
You know, but I got through it. You know what I mean?
Separate entrance to the basement?
No, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
The garage, because we had a attached garage.
Okay.
That was like, so you would go down a driveway into the garage through the basement. But we only, I think now it's different, but when I was living there, the only way you could get into the garage is press a button that's in one of the cars.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get home, I go into one of my parents' cars, press the button just so I could avoid saying. Actually, that would have been very helpful during my weed smoking years. Found out later, my dad thought I was smoking cigarettes the whole time. He had no idea I was smoking weed. He's like, I thought you were smoking cigarettes. And he was, concerned about that more than weed, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I would come home and I would brush my teeth. And he'd be like, what is that about? And the whole time I'm like, fuck, he knows I'm high. And then later I find out he's like, hey, were you smoking cigarettes when you were a teenager? I don't know. I got caught jacking off that one time. I did get caught smoking weed one time too.
Ooh.
I was supposed to be at church. Is that fucked up?
No, dude.
Where were you caught then?
So
was caught at the
my
church.
mom like called out.
I was supposed to be at church, so that's where I was, smoking weed.
Yeah, just in the back.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Hell, they elected a new pope.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. So my mom, for whatever reason, called out sick from church. I don't know.
You can do that?
She's
She
like,
called in?
she called in. Yeah.
Is that important?
God knows.
Yeah. But this is fucked up. Okay, my mom, because I was like, but by the time I was like 14, I was like, there's no God. And my mom's like, you have a right to feel that way, but you're going to church until you're 18. And I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she eventually was like, you don't have, because I would go and not say any of the prayers and not take communion.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, all right, this is more embarrassing than my child not
Yeah.
going to church. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm 16. I have a driver's license and my mom's still making me go to church. She's like, you're gonna drive to church, or you're gonna drive back. I was like, okay. And what I did was I didn't go to church, and I figured I have an entire hour to like drive to the woods somewhere, smoke weed, kind of like be high for like a half hour, fucking some deodorant, some mints, drive with the windows down. I'm fine. I thought this was an incredible plan. And I come back.
So does every high schooler.
Well, I came back and I was like, hey, what's going on, Mom? And she goes, you smell like marijuana. And I was like, what? The thing that all teenagers do when they get caught. I'm like, what?
That's the incense still in your nose, lady.
Yeah. That's what I should have said. I'm like, it's fun. It's the incense. And then she's like, did you go to church? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you lying to me? And I said, no. And she's like, go downstairs. And I was like, oh, fuck, I think I'm in trouble. Then my dad comes home.
Yeah.
And he was like, you told your mom that you went to church, but she said you came home smelling like marijuana. Now, I know you would never lie to me. What were you doing today? And I said, I went to church. And he went, okay. Well, you're not in trouble because I know you wouldn't lie to me. And I went downstairs and I was like, woo!
Your dad's a real pushover, it seems like.
No, I think he was like, I think he was half expecting me to be in that. Here's what I think happened. And now I relate to my dad because I'm 14 and he had me when he was 33. So he's 46. I'm 35, which is basically 46. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I was like, yeah, he thought I was going to be like, okay, Dad, you're right. I would never lie to you. But I just straight up, I was like, very.
You're going to make it this easy? Yeah.
Omerta, you know? So I think he just didn't know what to do. I found out later that like literally as soon as I was downstairs, they were like laughing about it.
Oh.
They were like classic teenage boy stuff. I'm like, oh, I guess that is what you have to do as a parent to just be like, hey, that's wrong. And as soon as they're gone, they're like doing the exact same thing we were doing.
I think what you should do is like start wearing like tie-dye shirts and playing Grateful Dead and like being too into weed. So your kid's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
So your kids are embarrassed to have you as a parent.
Yeah.
Who wants more reefer? And then just be a real nerd about it. And I think that's a good way to get your kids to try harder drugs.
You ever get caught doing drugs as a teen?
I never did drugs as a kid.
Never did drugs.
Or drinking alcohol?
I never really drank it. I never drank it.
But you guys were good boys.
Yeah, well,
That's one way.
I don't know if I was caught. What does caught
I was not
mean?
invited to the fun.
Oh, I see.
So I think
when I was drinking and doing drugs as a kid, they were like the dirt bag. It wasn't like a cool like frat
but it was still
sorority.
it was still friends that you had.
True. Oh, were you a bit of a loner, Ilya?
Not by choice, but
I
it depends. I always had like a best friend or a different group of friends, but it was always a very small group of friends.
And you guys weren't smoking weed or drinking beers?
No.
Were you?
My senior year. I didn't really have friends until senior year. And then I got
Then you
on
blossomed?
the scene.
Was that the summer you turned pretty?
That's the summer I turned pretty,
Man,
yeah.
you took
and
your
I picked
glasses off?
Jacob. Or whatever the fuck that kid's name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. First party, got picked up by the starting quarterback. It was like the coolest guy at school, picked me up from my house. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. And I got hammered. Drinking Bud Lights.
First time getting hammered?
Oh, yeah. Funneling beers.
Did you black out?
No. I think I blacked out so much I remember it. If that makes sense. I remember being like, I'm fucking blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
It was sick.
Yeah. You seem nostalgic for this
You seem
moment.
like you're really into. You seem like I'm
It
going
was
to drink
also
when I
to
get
drop
home.
me off at home. I ate so much mac and cheese, which I was going to do anyway.
Yeah.
Hammered or not
But
hammered.
now you earned it, and it tastes better because you're.
My
drunk
mom's
as
like,
shit.
why does your room smell like a brewery? I was like, because they fucking picked me up and we partied.
Yeah.
You want to know shit about partying?
You know how you talk to your mom.
Yeah, that's how I talked.
See, I'm a little jealous that you look back on your first moment of getting drunk like with fondness, because the first time I got drunk was fun, but it was also like the moment where I realized I probably had an illness.
The first time I got drunk, I woke up in the hospital.
Really? First time?
Yeah. It was in college, and like on the dorm opposite, like a bunch of girls and people were hanging out. I think I did like, I want to say like 9 shots of gin and like 3 shots of
Oh,
whiskey.
wow.
A crazy amount. And apparently I blacked out, and apparently I was like puking all over the floor and everything. I had to be taken out by an ambulance, and I woke up in the hospital. It was very confusing because I didn't have my glasses with me and I didn't know where I was.
Did they pump your stomach?
I think so. Well, actually, no, I don't think they did, but I think they just kept me overnight.
Damn.
Where'd you go? Rutgers?
BU, Boston University.
Oh, you went to BU.
Damn.
Yeah.
And were you like, well, obviously that didn't make you be like, I'm never drinking again.
No,
What was the second time? What was the time drinking after that like?
I don't know.
You weren't.
It was probably just drinking. So
Yeah.
I don't. It didn't stand out in my mind.
It's not traumatic.
No.
Wasn't a traumatic experience.
Oh well, no. But I'm saying the first one, in a way. But I'm saying that whatever the second time was is not something that would have stood out to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird to wake up in a hospital, and I had like you'd wake up in not your own clothes. I kept some of those. I wore those like the
socks?
the padded socks.
Yeah,
I kept
nice.
them for years.
Yeah, yeah,
Grippy socks.
yeah, yeah.
It's, dude, that's incredible to me. I feel like because you were what 18,
Probably
maybe 19, but your mind
no
is
18.
older.
Because I was like 17 for like the first month of college.
Ooh,
Late
When we
birthday.
September 16th.
Yeah, September 14th.
Oh,
Look at that. Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday.
was the
Bobby, do you want
vibe?
to say happy birthday to us?
Yeah,
Happy
Our birthday was
birthday,
last week.
guys!
Thank you.
How old are we? 38,
39.
39,
32.
32, and I'm 35.
Hell yeah.
Wow, just a couple of guys. Well, we're early 30s, and Ilya's late
Yeah,
30s.
I know you keep saying that early 30s thing, but
Early 30s.
hey, by
baby.
math approximation, you are mid to late 30s. But anyway,
I would say pretty early, almost late 20s if you really think about it.
I mean, with the pandemic.
earlier
I
we said
mean-
it was the same thing as 47. So
yeah, that's true too.
That's true.
to quote you 10 minutes ago,
Damn.
it's basically 46.
Wow, wow, wow. We got a lawyer using my own words back to me. So when you woke up from the hospital, were like people mad at you, or
No one was there. I don't remember like this. Like
Did they take you to Boston Children's Hospital?
no, they took me to some weird hospital somewhere in Southie, I think, because it wasn't like Mass General, because that was a different part of it. Like that was probably
was Ben
further away.
Affleck there?
No, I didn't see him.
They give you
Wahlberg?
Dunkin' Donuts?
Nope.
Hmm.
And other Boston things.
Was
But,
the Tea Party there?
Yeah,
Damn.
that's it.
I've never been to a hospital overnight. I've never had a major surgery. I've had a root canal. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Except for actually, maybe I just got out of the way because my birth was an emergency. So maybe it was that.
That doesn't count for you though.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
I only had surgery when I got like circumcised in high school, and I got a hernia surgery at the same time. That's the only.
Wait, you got hernia surgery at the same
It
time?
was the same thing. That's why I got the circumcision. 'Cause I had to get
okay.
a hernia surgery.
And they're
I was
like, well,
always-
we're here.
Exactly.
Why get circumcised though? I don't get it.
I don't know if I had a medical necessity to it. I never pulled my. You're all circumcised, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I never. No one told me anything about like what to do, like that you pull back your foreskin or whatever, clean it. So I just had a foreskin. I never pulled it back or whatever. But I never got any infections. But I just had a foreskin, and I don't know if it's like too tight, if I had phimosis or something like that. But I think it might be a family thing because I think my dad might have had that too. Because my brother was circumcised like when he was 8, and I was like 16 when we did it. It's just like initially my parents didn't want it or didn't do it, but then I guess we might sort of became a necessity. I'm not entirely sure how medically necessary it was, but I never had pulled back or done anything, any foreskin like maintenance.
No bris?
Nope.
So you're really not practicing.
I'm very much not a practicing Jew. I don't know how to make that clearer to you.
I still don't believe it.
Oh, but by the way, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What year is
Shabbatova.
it now?
Yep. 50 something.
Sure.
I kind of, that's a fun vibe about the Jews is that they're like, all right, if you guys say it's 2025, fine. But it's really like fucking 50. whatever.
Nepal has a different calendar too.
Really?
Yeah, they're about like 56 years ahead, 56, 57 years ahead.
Huh.
Yeah, right now it's like 2080.
Has anyone tried to tell them like,
I think they're aware,
mhm,
but they just have their own system.
huh? And they have a unique flag too.
They do.
Yeah.
They're the only one who really branched out geometrically, which you could appreciate. Although it's a pennant flag, which I don't think is like, it looks like too small. It looks like a novelty flag, like a jokey thing. It's not a serious country flag. I don't
Right.
think.
Do you know anything about what's happening there right now?
Yeah.
Nepal?
Yeah.
Can you tell the people?
Basically, their government collapsed because of student protesters who were protesting like all the widespread corruption. So they basically ousted the prime minister. Like they set the parliament on fire. Like they were beating up like politicians, and so they had this a woman who's like a Supreme Court judge there. They appointed her as like basically the students just announced her as like the interim prime minister. And they're just going to try to figure out from now what they're going to do and probably set it up for elections at some point.
Now, for those that don't know, you used to be an immigration lawyer where your main clients were
People from Nepal.
people from Nepal. So how would they Do you have a sense of how they would feel about this if they're like, hooray, or if they're like, this is actually
I mean,
bad?
I think a lot of them would be like, yeah, that's the point. It's a politically unstable place.
That's why I'm
That's
here.
why we're
yeah,
here.
that's just why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like a lot of people, if you ask them, like, how do you feel about the civil war going on in your country? And you're like, I don't care what happens there. I'm
Yeah.
here now.
I think if you listened to this podcast 30 minutes ago, you would not guess that this is how we wound it up at the end,
Yeah.
coming towards the end, the final stretch.
And I didn't even get a
geopolitics.
chance to talk about kangaroos.
Did you want to about kangaroos?
Well-
Oh, right, your animal autism thing. that you said.
Yeah, because I learned about hyenas today. I learned about pandas. I forget which episode we talked about which on, but kangaroos. Did you know that the pouch is a very private area for female kangaroos?
I would
imagine.
imagine.
Yeah, they don't want you going in there.
Yeah, it's not like a take a penny, leave a penny situation. It's not for public use.
You
Yeah.
think this kangaroo's like, tits on humans?
Yeah, you can't just claw at them.
Yeah,
You get so mad.
wild.
No, crazy, man. I don't know.
So that was your fact
That's
about
it?
kangaroos? Is they don't fuck around with their
Don't
pouches?
fuck around with the pouches.
Sounds about right.
That's not this. It'd be funny to listen if those David Attenborough was like, and here's the kangaroo, and don't fuck with its pouches.
Actually, when I was in Australia on vacation, though, one time I was on a bus and the bus hit a kangaroo,
Did it?
That
Yeah, they're
sounds
like
right.
rodents.
Yeah.
and the bus driver was fucking, or the coach driver, as they call them. He was so annoyed for obvious reasons, but us tourists were like, "That's so fucking cool. We hit a kangaroo."
Yeah.
You know, it would be like if you were a tourist in America and the bus somehow hit a bald eagle. You'd be like, "Honey, take a picture." You know what I mean?
It's really not like that at all. I think any American would be like, holy shit, how the fuck does a bus run over a bald eagle?
I saw a video of a bald eagle, and you would think they like caw real patriotically.
Nah.
They chirp like birds. Isn't that weird? I don't know.
I guess I never had a thought about what a bald eagle would sound like.
Yeah.
See,
But I guess you do want something regal and patriotic.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like every country has like an animal that they think represents them, except for
Does every country really?
Scotland. I learned this. They have a unicorn,
Yes.
and you know why?
Because they're just a shit country.
Because the official animal of England is a lion, and in mythology, apparently the only thing that could defeat a lion is a unicorn. Isn't that hilarious and how petty it is?
Yeah. Aren't they
I think
also
the-
the same country?
With
Well-
the same massive land. And technically,
Or they're the UK?
yeah, they are. Yes, they didn't vote for independence, right? So
Yeah. But and this is just my vibe from talking to Scottish people. It's like 50-50 how people feel about that. Same with like Puerto Rico in the US.
I don't talk to Puerto Ricans, so I don't know what their consensus is.
Really?
haven't
I think I'm
heard.
the only one in my neighborhood that's not Puerto Rican.
And the general consensus is
I don't know.
There,
I
give
don't
or
speak
take.
Spanish. Although there's a I don't know if she's Puerto Rican. I know she's Latina. She's like this older lady that works in the bodega, and she likes me now.
Good job.
At first, she was like, I don't know about this Blanco, but I go in and I get the same thing every day, and I pay in cash which they like.
They like that.
And I get the same thing. And what I get is, and you guys might want to write this down. I get a Diet Coke for later,
I know this.
an avocado for later, a banana for later, a coffee for now, and a Reese's peanut butter cup. But the Reese's peanut butter cup, she has to get it for me from behind the counter. And today I put all my stuff down, and she looked at me and she said, "And the chocolate?" This is an old lady, right? But
Yeah.
she's like, "And the chocolate?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "I know." And I'm like, I am officially not hated by this white person, or I'm white.
You
I'm
are the white
officially not hated by a Latina. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
That's how you know you're officially a Brooklynite.
Yeah, hey, I'm fucking walking here.
Rich, you want to plug your stuff again?
Put myself again?
Again, different
This
episode.
is a different
This is a
episode.
new episode.
Some people
Oh.
might have listened to this without listening to the previous one.
Sup? The Happy Hour podcast. Check it out. Subscribe. Go on the Patreon. Rich Apple Comedy on socials.
All right, and now I'm going to try off our new sign off. Buckle up, fuckheads. It's time to rock.